Hi, and welcome to Phoenix Wright stream 16? Yeah, 16. This game takes forever. Hey Ash, welcome. Hang on. It just isn't looking like my host is releasing on my end, so I'm just gonna make sure it is. Oh, it is. Okay, good. Pause that. Pause that. Okay, where were we? Yes, he can get a bit salty sometimes. You should have heard him when he was playing the other game that I mentioned. Yeah. Yes, I'm being sneaky. If you want to find out who I host before this stream, you're gonna have to go check out my channel some more. Right, we were about to start the first day of trial for this circus murder thing. Okay, let's go. Yes. So that's about all I remember. December 29th, 9:43 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Max. Good morning, Max. Max? Milk. What? If I don't have a glass of milk before I go on stage? Hang on. Sorry. Just a notification. I can't function, sweetie. You know what? I have a glass of milk. Yes, I put some chocolate powder in there. Again, I like my chocolate powder. Oh, sorry if that was loud. Stage? Don't worry, there won't be a stage. All you have to do is sit down. I guess. It doesn't look like they're sitting. But sure. Nick? Max is really nervous. That's understandable. Well, if you want to go get milk, I will be right here when you come back. I promise I won't run away. Hey, my sweeties. What? You don't think I should fly, do you? Please don't. Also, please, you could have buttoned up just a little. Nipples in court is not a good look. Huh? Oh, you don't have milk in the house. I bought extra milk yesterday. Not a lot. I'm not going Corona crazy. I just bought like an extra bottle, like 1.5 liters extra. I normally drink like 1.5 liters in 3 days, but I wanted to make sure I had a little extra. You've got to make a good first impression. When I enter the room, maybe I should fly in and warm up the crowd a little. No. We can't be having you flying around the courtroom. It just wouldn't be right. Imagine if you hit someone. Don't worry, Max. Just do what Nick says and everything will be okay. Oh, sweetie. What is it this time, Max? Why don't you try flying into the courtroom? What? I don't fly. I can see it now. The dashing young lawyer flying fabulously in from above. Fabulous. Okay. One glimpse of that, and everyone in the room will be on your side. Technically, yes. Max, really, no one needs to fly today. Nick, what's with that look in your eyes? I like the sound of that. Dashing young lawyer flying fabulously. Fabulous. 10 a.m. District Court, courtroom number 2. Oh god, no. No, don't remind me of that game. Ugh. I really should get more endings in it, but I don't want to. And now the case of one... What? Your Honor, get on with it. Oh, sorry, I just realized that the defendant's name is Billy Bob Johns. So? Well, isn't the defendant also known as Maximilian Galactica? Yes, Your Honor, he does often go by that name. You know, my grandchild is a huge fan of his. I think everyone here wouldn't mind if you called the defendant Maximilian Galactica. It sounds more friendly. I wonder if that's to our advantage. Miss Von Karma, your opening statement, if you please. I hope you didn't bother thinking you'd win this one, Mr. Phoenix writes. That spirit channeling trial was a sham. I refuse to acknowledge its legitimacy. I should get a whip. It did not count. Do you hear me? She must still be upset about what happened last time. Because she's a lawyer. No, she's a prosecutor. Right? Yeah. No. Only the good guys get disbarred. You have no chance. Zero, zilch, nada. I'm not losing this case. Why, you ask? Because it is not in the nature of a Von Karma to lose at anything. I guess being born with the name Von Karma is a free pass to be arrogant and annoying. Watch and learn, Mr. Phoenix writes. I'll show you the textbook procedure for proving how absolutely guilty you are. Me? Guilty? What are you talking about? It will be my ultimate revenge. But it's not like it'll bring her dad back. There, opening statement complete. Now let's hurry and wrap up this waste of time. Very well, you may call your first witness, Miss Von Karma. Detective Dick Gumshoe, get up there, now. Yes. Sorry to keep you from work, as I'm sure you need every penny you can earn, Detective. He gets paid for this. Don't mention it, it's no trouble at all. I've been looking forward to this. Very well, I would like you to begin by shedding light on the events in question. At your service, sir. Alright, Detective, you may proceed with your testimony. Details of the event, witness testimony. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold out. Isn't that factually incorrect? Doesn't it snow because it's cold? It's not cold because it snowed. Because if it's too warm, snow becomes rain. Dear game. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. That's right above me when it's blinking. The practice session broke up at around 10 p.m. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. Right where it's blinking now. The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. The cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. I see, he was beaten to death. Here is the autopsy report for the victim. The court accepts this into evidence. Autopsy report added to the court record. Blunt force trauma to the back of the head. A blunt object. Very well, Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. So it wasn't yet New Year's. No, we don't get to do that. The night of the crime, snow was falling until 9:40 p.m., making it extremely cold. Tell me more. Let me ask you about the snow. It was nearly a blizzard up until the time of the crime. Did it pile up? It wasn't such a big deal. Maybe about 1.5 inches was on the ground. I do not. The snow froze in place and stayed on the ground until the next day. The snow. Let me see. There's got to be more to this. What's the matter, Nick? I need to take a look at the court record. Wait. Oh, here. That might be a second footprint. Let's see if he actually opens it again. Mr. Gumshoe, what were the members of the circus doing on the night of the crime? Hey, Pro Sale, welcome. We've only just gotten started with the trial. All of the circus performers were gathered in the big top to practice their routines. When you say all of the circus performers, who do you mean? Everyone but the dancers and staff were there. Regina the animal tamer, Mo the clown, Ben the ventriloquist, and of course the defendant, Maximilian Galactica, and his victim, the ringmaster. Oh, I almost forgot, Regent the tiger was there as well. Out of curiosity, what about the circus monkey? When I was investigating yesterday, he happened to snatch my wristwatch. Detective, you are welcome to file a police report after these proceedings. The practice session broke up around 10 p.m. After the practice was over, where did everyone head off to? Regina was playing with the Regent, while Mo went back to his room, tired from work. Ben, the ventriloquist, went to the front gate, absorbed in his own world. The ringmaster and Max went off to the ringmaster's room to talk privately. Why does my phone keep... Sorry. Talk privately, huh? That's awfully suspicious. You wouldn't happen to know what they were talking about, would you? It seems they were negotiating Max's salary. Actually, Max was asking for Regina's hand in marriage. The murder itself took place in the plaza in front of the lodging house at 10:15 p.m. I'd like you to be a bit more specific about the events at 10:15 p.m. Okay, not a problem, pal. So how are you guys today? What's up with you guys? Ow! This is totally meaningless. Time to move on. Alright, we'll just have to revisit that testimony later. Detective Gumshoe, would you mind telling us how the victim met his end? The victim was found bent over a wooden box, dead as a doornail. A wooden box. That's right. The victim must have been carrying the wooden box when he was killed. Carrying the box, huh? It was a rather strange wooden box, Your Honor. What do you mean? Well, it was much heavier than it looked, not to mention it was locked. Locked, you say? Wooden box added to the court record. This may be my only chance. I might as well ask some questions. Let's look at the box. No? Fine. About the contents. Do you mind telling us what was inside that box? Well, when we found the box, it was locked tighter than Fort Knox. Yes, I know the feeling. So we took it back to the station and cracked it open. All that was inside was this little bottle. Bottle? What is that, Detective? Exactly what it looks like, Your Honor. It's a condiment bottle. What's inside the bottle? It's filled with pepper. Pepper. Why in the world was it locked in that big box? There's only one little bottle in that huge box. I wonder if that has some sort of special meaning. Small seasoning bottle added to the court record. cause of death was blunt force trauma that snapped a vertebrae in his neck. According to the autopsy report, the murder weapon was a blunt object, correct? You've done your homework, pal. And you haven't found this murder weapon, have you? The police are searching for it as we speak. My theory is that it's something the perpetrator ran off with. You would think so, especially since you didn't find it on the scene. No, I bet he made it disappear with magic. Ha ha ha. Well, I think we have a good feel for the details of the event now. I guess that's all we're gonna get out of Gumshoe in this case. I mean, all we're gonna get out of him is that little bottle of pepper. Now that we have wrapped up with the detective, I'd like to call my next witness. I'm not even off the stand yet. Obviously, but that's due to you being slow and unable to take a hint. Rude. Rude girl. I don't know. But wrapped up has such a mean sound to it. I'm a sensitive guy. Yes, you are. You're a sweetheart. Even if you're a little dim. Thank you very much, Detective Gumshoe. You may step down. Miss Von Karma, call your next witness. I would like to call Mr. Benjamin Woodman to the stand. She must be talking about Ben the ventriloquist. Ventriloquist. I wonder if Trillo will show up on the stand as well. Yes, I'm still... Oh, please state your name and occupation for the record. My full name is Trilloquist. I am employed as an operatic tenor. Excuse me? The witness called to the stand was one Benjamin Woodman, ventriloquist. That robe must be cutting off your circulation. I said that I was a singer. Maybe you don't believe me. Fine, I'll grace you with a song. The world of the law, exciting and daring, guilt or innocence, decided by a judge dressed up like a woman. Well, what do you think? It had a good rhythm. Well, not when I did it, but yeah, sure it does. It's just the lyrics. They leave something to be desired, so to speak. Trillo, you know better than to insult the judge. How does everyone get away with casual abuse in this game? Shut up, just look at your nose. You would think that you'd have the sense to fix it. It's so ugly I want to punch you in the face on the off chance swelling would help. You know that your nose is the reason you'll never be an A-list star. Celebrities must really enjoy saying everything that flashes into their minds. What's going on here? Order, order. I demand to know who the witness is. Don't worry about me, sir. I'll let Trillo handle this. I'm not worried about you one bit. I'm worried about getting... Ow? You won't get anywhere trying to figure out this witness. Now, let's proceed. Witness testimony. What you witnessed. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. Clown. Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. That's when I saw Max, heading toward the scene of the crime. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? It's been years since I heard someone use punk as an insult. Welcome back! Then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. You saw Maximilian Galactica heading towards the scene. You're sure of that? Without a doubt. He had on his silk hat, cloak, and the dumb white roses on his chest. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? That's enough. I think we all get the picture. Just one thing. You said you ditched the clown. That's right, dress boy. Well, since you weren't with him, couldn't that mean the clown committed the crime? He's got a point. What a shame. It was a nice theory, but the clown can't be the culprit. Why is that? Here's absolute proof. A silk hat? This was found at the scene of the crime. It belongs to the defendant. Without a question, he was wearing his signature hat during practice. If the clown was the murderer, there would be no reason for this hat to be at the scene. Well done, Miss Von Karma. Your prosecutorial skills are unrivaled. Well done. Thank you for stating the obvious. Mr. Phoenix Wright, what do you have to say? Okay. I guess she's the boss again today. What you witnessed, cross-examination. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. The clown. You're talking about Mo? Of course I'm talking about that old fart. He's so pathetic. I can't stand him. Just a little bit of exercise and his makeup is running all over the place. Once practice was over, he was 9/10 of the way to keeling over for good. Yes, very much so. Poor guy. We didn't have any choice, so Ben took him back to his room. When it comes to being a first-place loser, that guy's ahead of the pack. Then what happened? Once we got to the lodging house, I ditched him and went back to the plaza's entrance. Why the plaza's entrance? To do some thinking, of course. It was awfully cold out that night, especially with all the snow around. Wouldn't thinking in your nice warm lodging house have been a better idea? Objection! Mr. Phoenix Wright, I think you should leave the thinking to the witness. But I'm a good thunker. At least my teachers always said I was. Yeah, I know that was probably a typo, but I'm still gonna say thunker. That's when I saw Max heading towards the scene of the crime. Are you sure it was really Max Galactica? Of course I'm sure. How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby three-piece getup? Snobby three-piece getup. Get the wax out of your ears. Lawyers nowadays, you're like talking to a brick wall. Max's three-piece getup. Geez, could you be any more dense? All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you. Nick, I think you should put a little bit more effort into preparing your questions. He was the only one heading that way. How could that punk not be the killer? You saw Max and only Max, right, Trillo? That's right, and that makes him the killer. There was only one person heading that way that night. That makes quite a bit of sense and makes Max one suspicious character. There's more to this story than meets the eye. Is there something amiss in this? Yeah. That's a bit strange, don't you think? What's strange? That you only saw Max? Doesn't it seem like you should have seen someone else as well? What? Where are you going with this, Mr. Wright? Who else do you suppose this witness could have seen? How about the victim? Take that! That's the victim. That's correct. If Trillo was at the entrance to the plaza, he should have seen the ringmaster as well. Aha! Obviously the ringmaster arrived at the scene of the crime before the witness could have seen him. Anyone with sense could have figured that one out. What are you talking about? The ringmaster and Max went together to the ringmaster's room. Is that, according to the defendant, a likely story? If Maximilian Galactica was supposed to be in the ringmaster's room, why was he, just as the witness stated, at the scene of the crime? I see. It seems that at this stage I have no reason to doubt this witness's testimony. And there are clearly no conclusive contradictions. He's right. A brilliant judgment, Your Honor. Now let's move along with the testimony. Trillo wouldn't happen to have an ulterior motive for incriminating Max, would he? Well, Max is part of that bitter love triangle with Regina, which is probably why Max conked him over the head. Nick, was Ben the one who got knocked over the head? Yeah, I think so. I don't know anymore. Once practice was over, I left the tent with the stooge. I mean clown. Yeah, we know that part. What am I... Huh. Okay, so when do I need to use the ring? Pepper. Heavy box. Uh-huh. And then the police showed up and took Magic Boy away. Okay, fine. Let's push that one. Around what time did the police arrive at the scene? I suppose that would have been around... Hey, what time was it? Huh? I think it was around... I'd say a bit after 10:30 p.m., I think. Practice ended at 10 p.m., so you hung around the lodging house the entire time. I guess that sounds about right. Wasn't it awfully cold? I can't believe you just stand outside in that weather. Well, the truth is, will you shut up, you big-nosed dope? Why are you telling him anything extra? Why can't you just believe that we just stand outside in the weather? That weather. Well, maybe you were waiting for someone. What? Who said we were waiting for someone? Mr. Phoenix Wright, we can all do without your offhanded theories. But this witness, he's cracking under the pressure already. I'm onto something. Mr. Wright. Who do you suppose the witness was waiting for out in the cold that night? Well, if he was waiting outside in the cold, it was for one person. And one person only. He was waiting for the animal tamer, Regina. What? You were waiting outside for Regina to come back to the lodging house. Am I mistaken? Is this true? Well, you really can't ask me that question. Who cares who I was waiting for that night? What's important is what I saw, don't you forget it. Well, the puppet may be a bit stiff, but he's right. Alright. There's obviously a reason why this witness was there that night. He spent all that time waiting for Regina to arrive. Moreover, even if someone else would have walked right in front of him, I doubt he would have paid them a second thought. That makes perfect sense. What did you just say? The witness saw the defendant at the scene of the crime. However, he did not see the victim on the way to his eventual demise. If you accept that, then you must accept that there is a high likelihood that he could have missed someone else other than Max arriving at the scene. Ow! There's absolutely no proof that the witness was waiting for the animal tamer. I guess you got me. Alright. I'll spill the beans for real this time. It's true, I was waiting for Regina. Pain? Don't volunteer things. Mr. Quist, tell us the truth this time, and I mean the whole truth. Were you, or were you not, waiting for Regina at the entrance to the lodging house? I was waiting to propose to her. You were what? Waiting to propose? What's the matter? You think that humans have a monopoly on marriage? What? Yes, humans do have a monopoly on marriage. Only legal human beings can get married. It's in the law, like literally. You are an inanimate object. That the matter of puppet marriage is not under review in this case. Regina is 16, yes. You're the judge. I mean, look at your horrible outfit. And I want to point out, Trillo... Oh, hang on. Trillo does not have an age, but Ben is 31. That's not legal. More pain. Thanks to your bumbling, my perfect plan is not so perfect anymore. Now we have to waste time getting to the bottom of some silly proposal by a puppet. Yes, we do. Max is 21, I think. 20. Not quite appropriate still, but more so. Anyway, about the proposal. Witness testimony. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. I even had something to give to her. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Yes. Yes, I do agree. You were going to propose. You, a puppet. Don't be so obtuse. Just because I'm a puppet doesn't mean I can't love. I guess you're right. Just because I'm old doesn't mean I couldn't propose to her too. Oh my god, that's even more inappropriate and illegal. Exactly. His honor's looking a little less than honorable right now. This is when you say someone has a magic... yeah. But I don't think someone should be, you know, using her magic at 16. That's a little young. Okay, Mr. Wright, please continue with your cross-examination. What was with that sigh at the end? I don't know. I don't think we'll ever know. Don't be so surprised that I was going to propose to Regina. By proposal, you mean proposing marriage, correct? To Regina. Of course that's what I meant. What kind of stupid question is that? I wasn't going to propose that we become some sort of outlaw biker gang together. No, Sons of Anarchy is still a few years in the future. You wouldn't know about this. Right, Ben? Yeah. Got it? That's the truth. I even had something to give to her. What was it exactly that you planned on giving her? You know exactly what I was going to give to her, numbskull. The only thing I could find that could match Regina's beauty. Answer his question. What was it? You're gonna die when you hear this. It's an engagement ring! An engagement ring? Wow, those two nearly fell out of their chairs. Mr. Phoenix Wright's joke has gone too far. Time for this to end right here. Francisca's whip looks like it's about to lash out at almost anything. One hit from that thing will probably shut someone up for a long time. Push on anyway. It may be something of a joke, but this is a historic moment. The first time that a puppet has ever... Ow. I advise you to cut this argument short. Okay, I had that one coming. I'm gonna have to agree with the defense here. Will the witness please revise their testimony? Specifically about the engagement ring. I'd like to stick to facts, not sociology. You sure do enjoy sweating the details, especially for a man in a black bathrobe. Okay. Here, I planned on giving an engagement ring to Regina. An engagement ring? Uh-huh, it's actually a diamond-shaped stone cut from glass. Are you fucking with me? It's not even a diamond. Even more brilliant than the real thing. I think Regina's gonna love it. It's just a ring. What's the matter, Nick? Well, there's got to be something I can catch him on. I kept it in my pocket, waiting for the chance to propose and give it to her. Tell me more. Whose pocket was the ring in? Mine, of course. What a stupid question. You've got to be kidding me. You think Ben could pull that off? I'm sorry, really. You don't have to apologize for that. He's the one who should be apologizing. And then you punch him in the face. Really? Of course, I also had it in my pocket that night. It was a present for her. So you went to the lodging house to give it to her. That's right. I tried to give it to her during practice so many times that I lost count, but that uppity snob kept getting in the way. uppity snob. He couldn't possibly be talking about me, Maximilian Galactica. Sorry. When I get a hold of him, I'm gonna saw his woodblock in half, and not with magic. Well, they always say that love creates rivalries. So what about this present? In the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I still got it in my pocket. So you're still thinking of trying to give it to Regina? Of course I am. I spent 3 months' salary on that thing. It's glass! I'm not gonna give up that easily. It's glass! How does glass cost 3 months' salary? I wonder how much he receives for appearing in the circus. Probably way more than he deserves. How about it, Nick? I think it's about time to unwrap this toy's testimony. That's the spirit, Nick. Give him heck. The judge has that dazed and confused look again. Maybe he should get out more. Okay. You still have it in your pocket? You mean this? Trilo, do you mind if I show you something? What is it? What are you talking about? Uh-oh, looks like they're going to double team me. Ew. Do you recognize this ring? Oh, that's mine! Give it back! Thief! Thief! Didn't you just testify about this very object? I believe you said, in the end, I wasn't able to give it to her, so I've still got it in my pocket. Why then do I have it right here? Why? What is going on here? Ooh. That was more sour than I expected. Ben, say something. Don't put me on the spot like that, Trillo. I found this in Money's room. Money's room? You mean a room they put money? Like a bank vault? Ha! That filthy monkey's gonna get what's coming to him. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you avoided slandering innocent fiats in my court. What's a fiat, other than a car? Well, Your Honor, money really is a monkey, in every sense of the word. Ah, I see. Well then, money likes to go after the shiniest things that he can find and gather them up. Shiny things. Trilo, when was this ring stolen from you? Well, I suppose it was that time, you know, that night, the night of the crime. What did you just say? Details. I need more details. Well, it was stolen right after Max showed up in the plaza. Why were you fiddling with it? Right about when you saw the defendant walk past, correct? Well, I guess you might be able to say that. The ring might have been, well, it could have been taken around that time. Ah! Yeah, I'm not gonna be on that. Ben, what's with you? Whatever. It has nothing to do with anything, especially not who committed the murder. It's not for you to decide what has to do with what. Now, Trillo, back to the topic at hand. I haven't admitted a thing. Not I, Mr. Trilloquist. What did you do when the ring was taken, Trillo? You know exactly what I did. I chased after that ring-snatching monkey Money. But you weren't able to catch up with him, were you? It's all this slow, loafy fool called Ben's fault. While he was fumbling his way through the snow, that dumb monkey was able to get away. That is indeed an incredible shame. Well, this does indeed prove one very important point. Prove an important point. What point could that possibly be? Ben's testimony has a flaw. Did I say monkey when I should have said money? There is a huge contradiction in the witness's testimony. Contradiction? The witness just testified to the following effect. Up until the police arrived, he didn't move from the entrance to the plaza. However, the witness just stated that he chased after Money the monkey. When the witness was off chasing Money, there was no one watching the plaza. What is the meaning of all this, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Where are you going with this little theory of yours? I'm saying that there is no possible way that this witness saw the plaza the entire time. That's where I'm going with this little theory, which leads me to my next point. It is entirely possible that someone other than the defendant was at the scene.
Objection!
I think the line was one of them saying that monkey Money, and my brain dried. Okay. Well then, tell me this, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Do you have any proof that something slipped past this vigilant ventriloquist? Well, he obviously didn't see the victim, the ringmaster, arrive on the scene. However, that doesn't change the fact that he saw the defendant arrive. The witness is lying. He's blinded by his rivalry with Max. Well, the defense's argument does hold water. This witness does have a history of animosity towards the defendant. What? How dare you? I wouldn't have lied just to get that dork face in trouble. He's not even worth it. I saw him, no doubt about it. I saw that worthless liar. Well, just for clarity's sake, let's flesh out exactly who you saw on that night. Ha! I've told you so many times, you'd think you'd know my story's not changing. You've already changed your story, stick boy, and I'm sure it'll change some more. Where there is one lie, there are usually many more behind it. Exactly, Maya. That's why we have to keep after him. Yeah! Witness testimony. Witnessing Max. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactica at the scene. There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. So that means that Money didn't show up until after you saw Max. That's right, Money ran up less than a minute after I saw Max. Then Money snatched the ring, and you went chasing after him. How long was it until you came back to where you were waiting? Well, let's see, I'd say about, I suppose 5 minutes, I think. So the victim could have arrived on the scene in that 5-minute stretch. Mr. Wright, please proceed with your cross-examination. Witnessing Max. Cross-examination. I'll give you that I was waiting that night for Regina. So you're only concerned with waiting for Regina that night. That means you probably wouldn't have noticed if someone else showed up. You should think about how many eyes I actually have. 2. You have 2, because the others are wood. I've got 4, you know. 4, counting Ben, of course. With that many eyes, do you really think something would have slipped by me? 4 eyes is an awful lot of attention directed at one area, I suppose. Yikes, the judge is even more dangerous to our case than Trilo. But that doesn't change the fact that I saw Max in the plaza that night. So you saw Max coming out of the big top that night. Of course that's where I saw him coming from. I was staring at the entrance to the tent the entire time. I guess that makes sense, especially since I was waiting for Regina. He showed up after I had been waiting there for about 5 minutes. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even... Oh, right. Let's press on that one. About what time would you say these events took place? You're one of the dumbest people on the planet if you can't figure it out yourself. You already know that practice finished promptly at 10 p.m. And you already know that I went to the lodging house right after practice. You don't need to be a brain surgeon to know around what time it was when I saw him. Just add 10 more minutes. I'm sure you can do that. What time was it? Indeed, what time was it? What time was it? Let me think about that for a second. Ow, I'm no good at math. It was 10:10 p.m. Ah, yes, that sounds about right. Sounds about right because that's the time I saw Max on the scene. I said good evening to him, but he didn't even acknowledge my presence. So you testified that you said good night to Max that night. You must enjoy asking incredibly obvious questions. You say good morning in the morning and good afternoon during the day, right? And it's obvious that I'd say good night to someone at night. What, Ben? You've got something to add? Let me guess. That's not a Trillo. You say good evening at night. I'm sorry, Trillo. Mr. Quist, I would prefer if you kept your ventriloquist's act outside of the courtroom. Impossible. A performer lives and breathes his performances. You should know better. There's got to be something wrong with this bit of testimony. Isn't that a bit strange to you? What do you mean? Well, if you hate Max so much, why would you bother being nice to him? It strikes me as somewhat strange. Why would it strike you as strange? Exactly, how is it strange to be cordial to one of your coworkers? Well, if it was simply just being cordial to a coworker, I would understand. Ow, that hurt! Maybe you should think of having some proof before your lips start flapping next time. Proof is everything in this world. You should have learned that back in grade school. There's no reason that Trillo would ever say something nice to Max. How do I go about proving that with the evidence? Bluffing is everything in this world, but I'm sure you already learned that one. I guess I can give it a shot. The witness will resume his testimony. I'm absolutely sure it was him. I saw Maximilian Galactic at the scene. You are 100% absolutely sure of what you just said. I told you already. Geez, I'm 100% absolutely sure. There's no way that he could be any more confident than that, right? There's no way I could mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. Those 3 ridiculous symbols, huh? Out of curiosity, exactly how many times have you asked that question by now? 2. If you're gonna ask again, I'll answer with a chorus. Everyone together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. Thank you very much. Maya, you didn't have to join in, did you? But it's fun shouting out with everyone else. There has to be a hole in his testimony somewhere. I agree, but do we have the proof to make something stick? All we can do is try, right, Nick? We've got to have something that'll prove useful. Alright, time to go to work. Roses, hats, and cape. So what did he hit him with? Okay, let's save. Just to be safe. And Trillo, is it not true that you had a fight with Max on the day of the murder? A fight? A fight over Regina, to be exact. It wasn't that big of a deal. It was just an argument, a disagreement at most. A disagreement usually doesn't end with someone getting conked over the head. That morning, Ben got clobbered over the head by Max, didn't he? What? Is that an admission of assault and battery? Ouch. Before we handle that, we should wrap up the defendant's murder charge first. The truth is that on that On the day of the crime, the defendant and witness had a huge fight. There's absolutely no way they would have suddenly become cordial that evening. Moreover, just consider the personality of the witness on stand. There's no way a puppet this lewd would just up and say good evening to his rival.
Objection!
Are you saying this witness is lying? That he is trying to frame the defendant by claiming to have seen him at the crime scene? Yes. I didn't tell a single lie. Honestly, I just... That's enough from you, Mr. Quist. Mr. Wright. Yes, Your Honor. Let's clarify this testimony for the court. Can you explain your theory about who the witness actually saw that night? He didn't see anyone, or he saw a different person? Well, the hat was there. But... Could the hat have been in the box? And Monkey stole the key? I'm not sure. What the hell is the deal with a pepper? I'm confused. I don't actually remember this part very well. A big heavy box with only pepper inside it. It is my belief that the witness did indeed see someone that night. It was just someone else. That's who he said good evening to. What kind of theory is that? The correct one? Furthermore, I don't believe the person the witness saw was Max at all. What? If he had truly met Max that night, there would have been no greeting at all. Which means there is only one proper answer. The person the witness saw that night was not Maximilian Galactica. That is why Trillo made the effort to greet whoever it was he saw that evening. Or good evening, as he put it. What in the world Would the defense kindly explain who it was Trillo saw that evening then? In for a dollar, in for a dime. What's the expression? Something like that.
Take that!
Considering the ill temper of this witness, there is only one person he would greet. It must be Regina. It's Regina, right? She's so cute. No, Your Honor, it is not Regina. If it was Regina, Trillo would have given her the engagement ring as a present. Oh, yeah, I suppose you've got a point there. It was Russell Barry, the victim himself, was it not? Yes. You are correct. It was indeed Russell Barry. The person you saw that evening was the victim, the ringmaster, Russell Barry. That's why you greeted him, Trillo. Isn't that correct? Answer the question, Mr. Quist. Order, order. How do you respond to this? I respond by taking, a sip of water. Hang on. Sorry. The ringmaster was not proposing to his daughter, Ash. No. No, he was not. Wait a second. Well, at first I thought it was the old man. But once I got a better look at him, it was obviously Maximilian Galactica. I think it is high time that we clear the air about this question. Mr. Quist obviously witnessed a single person in the area of the plaza that evening. The problem is identifying exactly who that person was. Was it Maximilian Galactica, or was it the ringmaster, one Mr. Russell Berry? Don't worry about it, Ash. The prosecution argues that it was the defendant that the witness saw that night. The witness has clearly stated that he saw the defendant's three symbols. Alright, this is getting old. Come on, man. You gotta remember them by now. Here we go again. Everyone, all together now. Ow? Yes, we know. The silk hat, cloak, and white rose.
Objection!
A silk hat and a cloak. Anyone could wear them. They'd even look good on me. What was that? Well, the witness has endlessly repeated that he saw Max's three symbols. However, how do we really know it was Maximilian Galactica? It could have been someone else, dressed up as him. Possibly even Russell Berry. What? Yes. Miss Von Karma. Do you have clear evidence that the person the witness saw was the defendant? Well, if that's the case, then it is impossible for me to make a judgment at this point. Ha! Yes, I think we finally won a point in this one. That is very unfortunate. Huh? You're just a little too excited for your own good, Mr. Phoenix Wright. What do you mean by that? You merely established one thing from this witness. You established that this witness saw one person in the plaza that night. I applaud you on your effort, but who that person was can only be answered by the next witness. Huh? Your Honor, the prosecution will provide, beyond a shadow of a doubt, an answer to that question, and evidence that clearly establishes one thing, that there is no one other than Maximilian Galactica responsible for this crime. Very well. The court will take a 10-minute recess. During that time, I request the prosecution prepare their next witness. Court is now in recess. Are they still not going to have a lunch break? At least I get to save. Yes, I do wish to save. $11:54 a.m. and they do not get a fucking lunch break. Sweetie, you have to believe me. I didn't go anywhere near that crime scene. So then, where were you when the murder took place? We talked about it yesterday, remember? I was in the ringmaster's room. And while you were there, it was the ringmaster who left the room, right? Exactly, he told me to wait in the room because he would be right back. That's when the ringmaster headed to the scene of the crime, right? That's what it seems like. But the ringmaster must have been wearing Max's costume, right? Oh, sweetie, I just remembered. I went straight to the ringmaster's room, still dressed in my stage clothes. When I got there, I went ahead and took the costume off. Which means... It means that the ringmaster could have taken his costume and went out looking like Max. Fabulous! That's a fabulously possible possibility. Haha, well done, Nick. However, sweetie, why would the ringmaster want to dress up like me? Isn't that a bit strange? If you think about it, all they found at the crime scene was my silk hat. What about my cloak? Where did that go? Double Wow, Max, I never thought of that. You should be a detective or something. Well, I was never quite sure what to be when I grew up, magician or president. You can be both. Not at the same time, though. You have no idea how hard it was to make a decision. That's really cool. Fabulous. This mystery just keeps getting deeper. And now we're back. Now that everyone is back, let's get started. The court is now back in session. Miss Von Karma, please proceed with the prosecution's case. Very well. I will now call my next witness. A pitiful clown with the unfortunate distinction of having seen the entire thing. Will Mr. Lawrence Curls please take the stand? Why did she just call him a pitiful clown? The witness will state his name and occupation for the court record. In West Clownadelphia, born and raised. Name and occupation. Will the witness please inform the court why he is speaking autobiographical gibberish? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just not used to being in court. I've never been in a courtroom in my life. I wasn't quite sure what joke is best suited to this sort of occasions. What in the world are you talking about? You're in a grand hall of justice, not some comedy club. Since it's easy to see your occupation, please state your name for the court. Oh, yeah, maybe this joke is okay. Mom, do I have to wear pants? The sign only says no shirt, no shoes, no service. Ha 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 ha. Ha ha. Okay, how about this? Have you met my proctologist, Dr. Seymour Butts? How was that one? Ha 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 ha. Why are you doing this game? But a couple of clowns that were up to no good started making trouble. Your name. Lawrence Curls, professional funny man, also known as Mo the Clown. Yes. Dr. Seymour Butts. You witnessed the scene around 10:15 p.m. the day of the murder, correct? Yes it is. Very well, Mr. Curls. Will you please testify to what you saw that evening? A rabbi, a priest, and a Rastafarian walked into this jazz club. Without the humor, please. I actually want to hear the end of that one. Okay. Oh, poor Mo can't be his normal stoogey self in court. What you witnessed, witness testimony. I know, I'm not the greatest comedian in the world. I haven't been able to make people laugh for 10 years. No matter what I say, all I get in return is a vacant stare and polite applause. Since no one ever laughs at my jokes, I've taken to laughing at them myself. It's a bad habit, but hey, at least I'm trying. Imagine my predicament. I'm a clown who can't make people laugh. I'm almost useless. But I keep trying. I even tried to come up with some jokes just for today. This atmosphere is very nerve-wracking. I decided to try making everyone laugh. Seriously, everyone. What do you think of me? How am I doing? Aren't we the ones supposed to be asking the questions here? Witness. Huh? We will listen to your call for help after the court proceedings are over. Thus, please stick to the facts of this case. Really? You'll really hear me out? Well, I'll make sure that one of my staff will be your straight man later. What's a straight man? I mean, other than the obvious. Thank you. I can't wait. Poor Gumshoe. Now that that's settled, shall we begin once again with the testimony? Of course we can. I'll talk for as long as you want. So, ignore the false start. Witness testimony. What you witnessed. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight back to my room. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. I thought I'd go straight to sleep. Before I did, I glanced out the window. That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden, Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. That's very interesting. If this eyewitness account is to be believed, I have enough to pass judgment right now. Oh, okay. Of course you can. There's no way this account can be criticized. However, the witness is a bit, how do you say, off-kilter. Almost like he has some sort of atmosphere of guilt surrounding him. Ha 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 ha. That must be because of my insincere smile. Mr. Wright, please begin the defense's cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Nick, you gotta find some kind of contradiction in his testimony. I know that. Mr. Wright. Your Honor. I'm afraid that if you push this witness too far, it would bring disaster upon the court. Thus, I sincerely hope you are not going to engage in pointless saber-rattling. I understand, Your Honor. If you cause this clown to stray from the facts, I'll hold you responsible. Why am I responsible? I'm not the one with the corny jokes. The night of the murder, after practice was over, I went straight to my room. You'd say that practice wrapped up around 10 p.m., correct? See, that's the thing. Huh? How exactly am I supposed to make a joke about 10 p.m.? Now, 8 o'clock, that's something a clown can riff off of. Let's just pretend it was 8 o'clock. That way I can make a great joke. No. Let's not make it 8 p.m., alright, Mo? What do you mean, let's not? Don't take the clown out of the clowning around. Come on, Nick, just listen to his joke. There are 3 reasons why I don't want to. 1, I probably won't laugh. 2, I'll get hit with a penalty. 3, I'll get whipped. Will the witness just proceed with his factual testimony? You are so boring. You have no idea how tired I was that night. I was pooped. You were pooped that night? Yes, I was very, very tired. Not to mention I had some bad Mexican food. But the double cheese, double bean enchilada is a dangerous menu item. What happened after that, as they say, happens. Ah ha 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 ha. That one was cool, huh? I hear the kids really love toilet home humor these days. Well, shit happens. You are just crappy. That joke was so hip, I don't want to ruin it with a reply. Maybe, if I find him guilty of murder. I've got a good reply, though. That joke was so funny, it just earned you a penalty. I thought I'd go straight to sleep, but before I did, I glanced out the window. He just happened to glance out of the window. You can say that. You could also say I peeked, stared, glimpsed, peeped, eyeballed. Mr. Curls. Oh, I guess synonyms aren't allowed either. What should I do? I wonder if I should press him further on this issue. This, yes. Exactly why did you look out of your window that night? Why? Why? Clowns don't need a reason to look out their windows, do they? Nice to have you back. That's not what I meant. I meant that, well, when we spoke yesterday, once I had tucked myself into bed, I heard this amazing noise. It was incredibly loud. It sounded like a giant thump. Oh yeah, I forgot about that. You forgot? Your Honor, the witness looked out of his window upon hearing a loud sound. He did not just simply glance out of his window that night. Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot to mention that thump, didn't I? Ow? That's not something you just forget to mention. Yeah, what she said. I believe it would be best if Mo were to revise his testimony. Very well. Mr. Curls, please revise your testimony. This should start turning the tables in our favor. I heard a huge noise outside the window, and that's what made me look outside. What was the sound like? Well, I guess it kind of sounded like, I guess you could say, Mr. Curls, may the court remind you that the humor is unnecessary. So, how'd you know I was gonna make a joke? I guess that the sound sounded like a... I suppose it sounded like someone getting hit with something very hard. Yep, that's what it sounded like, honestly. Someone getting hit, huh? What then? You went to look out the window and you saw... That's when I saw two silhouettes. They were a bit far away, though. Far away, you say? If you had to say exactly, how far away were they? Nothing happened. Let me think about that for a second. If my room is here, and they look about yay big, I'd say they were about 30 feet from my window. Just 30 feet? That's not far at all. It was snowing that night, and it cut down on visibility. It was no longer snowing. It stopped snowing at 9:40. I see. Please continue with your testimony regarding the two shadows that you saw. It was the ringmaster, and he was with Max, who was wearing his cloak. Oh, wait. He'd say he clearly saw this, even though you were by your own admission far away. That's right. I had been thinking about it over and over since that night, but things didn't really make sense until I spoke with the prosecutor, Miss Von Karma. But now I'm 100% certain it was Max and the ringmaster that I saw that night. Just think about it, huh? How could I be wrong if Max is always wearing his uppity symbols? Uppity symbols. Lawyers nowadays. Do you even have to go to school anymore to be... I'm sorry. Alright, everyone knows what to do. All together now. Say it with Uncle Mo. See what I mean? It's always like this. The crowd never wants to go along with me. I must really be utterly and completely worthless as a clown. Ow! Enough foolishness. Get back on track. Will the witness please testify as to what he saw, and only what he saw? I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. No. No. You just said you heard the thump before. You say you saw the ringmaster get clonked over the head. Yes, I did. It's the climax of my story. He really does enjoy the completely random non sequitur. What would you say the victim was struck with? You mean the weapon? I have no idea. A weapon wasn't found at the murder scene, right? That's not what I meant. You did say you did see everything, didn't you? Well, yeah, I suppose I did. Wait, no I didn't. I didn't see a weapon. Mo. Did you or did you not see the crime of murder committed that night? I will not permit you to harass my witness in this manner. You'd better have an excellent reason for attacking this poor clown. Because if you don't, you know what is waiting for you. A nice penalty. Isn't this a bit melodramatic? So what will it be then, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Do you have any clear basis to believe that my witness did not see the crime? Do I? Of course I do. I've got a great reason to make my claim. And I suppose you will be telling us all this great reason. Of course I will. The reason is the witness's very own testimony. What is the meaning of that, Mr. Wright? Mo said that he heard a sound like a thump of someone getting hit. He did say that. However, Mo just stated the following under oath. I kept watching them, and all of a sudden Max clonked the ringmaster over the head. If Mo is to believe when he says he looked out the window upon hearing a sound, there's no way he could have seen Max clonk anybody. In 1972. I didn't even catch enough of that to understand the reference. Mr. Curls, how do you respond to Mr. Wright's assessment? They didn't commit. The clowns promptly escaped from a maximum security clown car. Mr. Curls, are you reciting the C-Team theme to anger this court? Oh, the A-Team. No, I'm just stalling for time while I jog my memory. Great job, Nick. These types of witnesses always seem to have a selective memory. You just have to peel back the layers of the clown makeup to find the truth. Well, you're back from your jog? Well, it pretty much happened the way I said. Pretty much. When I looked out my window that night, the ringmaster was already face down in the snow. The prosecution helped me fill in the gaps of my statement. And for that, she should be disbarred. Fun karma. Tampering with witnesses again. So now you are saying that you did not see the defendant clonk the ringmaster? Yes. When I looked out my window, the ringmaster had already checked out. Checked out? Yep, he was on permanent vacation, as they say. Ha 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 ha. Mr. Curls, Your Honor, you did not witness the actual crime. However, you still say you saw the criminal, correct? Yes, exactly. The ringmaster was slumped over and I saw someone's silhouette near him. Very well, then please testify to this silhouette you saw. I expect the truth. And if I even catch a hint of a joke from you, I will put you in a holding cell until you learn court etiquette. Got it? Got it. The silhouette. It was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. There's no doubting it, especially since I saw it up at these symbols. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt it was him. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. It does seem as if the defendant was at the scene of the crime. It took the clown long enough to get his facts straight. Whatever, this should finally be good enough, yes? It is decisive testimony. Was Max really at the crime scene that night? He said he wasn't there. We have to believe in that. Alright, Mr. Wright, commence your cross-examination. So again, it was a bit far away, but that shadow could have only belonged to Max. Don't you think that you are going a little overboard with how explicit you're being? That shadow belonged to Max is an awfully firm statement, don't you think? What are you getting at? I'm just saying that one of your fellow performers' life is on stake here. Are you truly 100% certain that was Max? I'm not the kind of person who would lie about something as serious as this. The silhouette I saw was Max. I'm convinced of that. Doesn't seem like he's jumping to any conclusions this time. Let's go over this again. What makes you so sure that you saw Max that night? There's no doubting it, especially since I saw his uppity symbols. Trillo said the same thing, but if it was just the symbols, then even I could have been wearing them. What if someone had just taken Max's symbols and worn them? I thought of that myself, but just looking at the shape of the face I saw, it must have been Max. You're sure of that? Such a silly little boy. He threw his entire case headlong into a trap. His silk hat, that black cloak, they were all there. You're sure that this is what you saw that night? Exactly what I said I saw is exactly what I saw. I've got eyes like a hawk. Don't birds have terrible night vision? But that's not all I saw. His face was silhouetted, but there was no doubt that it was him. You were able to see that kind of detail from your window. There was a light near the scene of the crime. Anyone with decent eyesight should have been able to see that much. Out of curiosity, what is your eyesight like? I can see like a hawk out of my left eye and an eagle out of my right eye. Our records say his eyesight is a perfect 20/20. That must mean he could have seen the crime scene clearly. The more we look into this matter, the more suspicious it becomes. Hey, you asked me what my eyesight was like, not what it actually was. His cloak was fluttering in the wind, so I couldn't really see what he was carrying. So you didn't actually see what the criminal was holding. That's correct. I've been curious to know what caused that loud noise. It must have been something incredibly hard. Too bad they haven't found the murder weapon to know for sure. Claim it was a blunt object. At least it says so in the autopsy report. But Trillo's testimony and now Mo's. It really seems like Max is the killer. Nick, you gotta find a contradiction in this. That's not gonna be enough. What? I have to prove that Mo saw someone other than Max that night. That's the only thing that'll help. I've gotta do it. Huh. Well, he says that he was standing like right here, so there should be footprints. Oh wait, hang on. Actually, let's save again. Present the hats.
Objection!
The witnesses. Oh no, this is the wrong thing. Hmm. Well, if his face was silhouetted, it doesn't matter how light it was.
Hold it!
What did he say for this again?
Objection!
Oh. What am I missing here? I feel dumb. Okay. What did he say about this one? I really have no idea. You saw the symbols. And the cloak was fluttering in the wind. No clue. Well, the cloak isn't black. Let's start with that. You say you saw all of Max's uppity symbols. I suppose so. The silk hat and the cloak, right? Mo? Everyone knows that Maximilian Galactica has 3 uppity symbols. 3 symbols? Yay, everyone get ready. All together now. Silk hat, cloak, white roses. What the? Who cares if he knew that there were 3 or not? He saw what he saw, and he saw the symbols. He just forgot to mention one. Isn't that right, Mel? Do you like pie? I love pie. 3.1 for blah blah blah. Silence, fool. You are to respond with the whole truth. No fractions. Order, order. Mo, you didn't see the roses, did you? To be honest, there weren't any roses on the person I saw. The crime scene was dark. It's obvious it was too dark to see that kind of detail. But the witness said he was able to see the silhouette of the criminal's face. I forgot that it was Pie Day on Saturday. I did not have pie on Pie Day. Not to mention that the roses are white. There's no way he could have missed them. Then the roses must have fallen off when the victim assaulted when the defendant assaulted the victim. If that was the case, then the police would have found them near the crime scene. Mr. Wright, are these white roses truly material to the facts of this case? Clearly not. He's just toying with this court. I got her on the ropes now. These seemingly insignificant facts have never failed to lead me to the truth yet. Someone is toying with the court, but it is not me. Your Honor, do you recall Trillo's testimony? There's no way I can mistake someone wearing those 3 ridiculous symbols. How can you mistake someone with that crazy getup and his nose stuck up so high? How could you mistake someone wearing such a snobby 3-piece getup? Trillo saw them all. Trillo saw all 3 of Max's symbols. However, this witness claims there were no white roses on the person he saw. There's absolutely no doubt that this is a contradiction. Hang on, I'm just gonna have a little bit of chocolate milk, but since I need to stir the glass and it's loud, I'm gonna mute for a moment. Just hang on. Yes, I do have 3 different glasses right here in front of me. Now, what am I supposed to think? One is supposed to disregard the pointless. But this... Judge, forget the roses. Think about his other testimony. The witness has stated without a doubt that he saw Maximilian Galactica. Nothing else matters. Let's wrap this case up now. Your Honor, it may be trivial, but it does cast doubt on the prosecution's case. Frankly, I have my doubts about this witness. It seems that, unlike wine, this witness has not grown more mature with age. I'm not mature? I've come to a conclusion. I'm 99% certain that this witness saw the defendant. However, my remaining 1% of doubt is quite reasonable, which means that for my own peace of mind, I'm going to request a bit more testimony. What? If there are no contradictions in his next statement, I am prepared to issue a ruling. A ruling? Nick, this is your last chance. The Silhouette, Part 2. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. Especially the silk hat. There's no way I could forget seeing the decorations on it. He was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Well, no, it fell off. Mr. Wright, you've got one last chance at this. Just one chance? I will not allow even the slightest hint of badgering against this witness. If you're going to prove to me that there is a contradiction with Mr. Curl's statement, you'd better have at least a shred of evidence to back up your accusations. I've got only one single shot at this. I've got to be careful. Well, that means we're saving. Yes. I understand, Your Honor. One chance is all I will need. In case it doesn't let me press more than once. There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. Mo, be honest. Ow! You promised Mr. Phoenix Wright no more badgering. I hope you enjoy this penalty. I'm finished. Excuse me, I'm the one handing out the Ow! Witness, continue with your testimony. You're not gonna whip me too, are you? Maybe after court, if you're into that kind of thing. You're 18! He's 40-something. 46. But isn't it kind of pointless if you only whip me after court? There's no doubt in my mind there were no white roses that night. However, all of the other symbols were there. I'm equally sure of that. You know what? Fuck it. Mo, be honest. Ow. And now we're dead. Good thing I saved. Because we're gonna do that part over again. Okay. Okay. You know what? He was not wearing it the entire time he was at the crime scene because he left it behind at the crime scene. Maybe. This wouldn't happen to be the silk hat that you saw that night, would it? Yep, that's it. That's the hat he was wearing that night. No question in your mind. Exactly how would one mistake a thing like that? I see. Is there some sort of problem, Mr. Wright? Miss Von Karma, where exactly was the silk hat found? Must you always ask these questions? It was found at the crime scene. Huh. The crime scene? That means the silk hat fell off at the crime scene. However, the witness clearly testified to the contrary. The witness stated that he was wearing it the entire time that he was on the scene. Ha! No, that's not true! Order, order, order! Mr. Curls! Yes, Your Honor? What is the meaning of all this? You are old enough to know better than to behave like this in court. Hey, that's just not right. That's so harsh. What's not right here is your eyesight and your memory, among other things. why are you being so mean to me? What did I do? Let me guess, you just didn't like my jokes or something, right? You didn't have to go and insult my eyesight or memory. They're both great. Seriously, why? Just because you're sitting above... Okay. Enough of these childish outbursts, Mr. Carls. Who do you think you are? I saw him. I swear I saw him. It was Max. Even if he didn't have his roses, he was still wearing his dumb silk hat and telling the truth. He's turned into a bratty little kid. It's pitiful, isn't it? He left the scene wearing that dumb silk hat. He was there. He left the scene? What's the matter, Nick? There's something I've been mulling over for a while now. Mo? What do you want? You just said that he left the scene. Exactly how did the murderer leave the scene of the crime? What? He went... What do you mean, how did he leave the scene? You can't ask me that. Mr. Phoenix Wright is badgering the witness, Your Honor. This witness's testimony is so full of hole, Miss Von Karma's protest is useless. You've got a point. Let's hear what the witness has to say on this matter. Is that alright with you, little guy? Don't talk to me like I'm a little baby. Besides, what kind of stupid question is how did he leave the crime scene? The answer is obvious. He just turned around and walked away. That's what I expected you to say. You sure that's how it happened? Say what? Huh? I'm not sure I know exactly where you're going with this. Lawyers nowadays sure do love to harp on the smallest things. Do you have any proof to counter his story as how to the criminal left the scene? Yes. Look at this picture. The problem is the footprints in the snow. Footprints? In this photo we can clearly see the footprints of the victim. However, where are the criminal's footprints? They aren't there. Ay, 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 ay. So Mo, exactly how did the criminal escape the scene? Your Honor, this witness has already proven that his testimony is completely unreliable. I move to strike all of this witness's testimony from the court record. I agree. This clown's testimony is as rickety as the clown car he came to court in. Wait just a second. You guys can't just ignore everything I've said. Fine, fine, I'll tell you the truth this time. You wait a second. I think you've said more than enough for today. That didn't hurt. I'm sick and tired of listening to you anyway. I'll give you the real deal this time, I swear. I don't know why, but I get the feeling things are gonna get worse before they get better. Mr. Lawrence Curls. Yes. The testimony you've provided up until now has been false? It hasn't been false. I haven't lied. It's just what? It's just I was a bit confused on the bit about the criminal leaving the scene. Especially since Von Karma and her whip told me not to talk about what I really saw. Order, order. I will have order. Franziska Von Karma, how could you? Your Honor, if you had heard the truth from this witness... Yes. Larry, Curly, and Mo. You would have had exactly the same opinion as I had. What opinion is that? It's not funny. That's enough out of you. I'm going to listen to what he has to say. Now then, let's hear the truth about what you have to say, Mr. Curl. Ha! You're not going to believe this, but it's all true, I tell you. Try not to waste our time with your idiotic drivel. The truth. Now it's time for our next segment, Mo Knows. Everything I've said up until now has been the truth. When I looked out the window, the ringmaster was down and Max was standing above him. He wasn't wearing his white roses, but he was wearing the silk hat. That's when I saw he... flew. This is the truth now, get ready for it. He flew, he jumped up and flew through the air. He flew right off and disappeared into the darkness. What, he was still standing somewhere. That's why there were no footprints. Flying people don't leave footprints. I told you it wasn't funny. Do you believe me now? Well, that was... how do you put this into words? Maximilian Galactica is a world-class magician. To leave the scene of a crime by flying, there's no way that actually happened. Sorry, you're right. Why is she right? You believe the other witnesses. Why won't you believe me? Especially since it's the best part of the story. To be honest, this is the first time I've heard of a flying criminal. What do you think about this witness's testimony, Mr. Wright? He is telling the truth. You know what? I'm gonna save here. What he just said was so strange, I don't think he would have made it up. Which means that he's telling the truth? That's what I think. Nick, wait! That means Max actually used magic. Yikes, you're right. Ow! Only a foolish-looking fool could be fooled by such a foolish fool's foolish dream. Don't be ridiculous. Magic does not exist. I suppose I will let you all in on my thinking regarding this matter. The criminal disappeared into the sky. I'd love to believe that, but I just can't wrap my head around how that could actually happen. You imbecile. If you disregard the need for proof, Miss Von Karma's case is sound. However, I've got the feeling that this case is in dire need of more investigation. Thus I will conclude today's proceedings at this point. It's an undisputed fact that the criminal left no footprints at the scene. Tomorrow I want us to find out the reason behind this mystery of mysteries. Oh, I believe that's enough for today. Court is adjourned. Finally, they get to eat. December 29th, 2:33 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 5. Hey, sweeties, what in the world is going on? That's what I want to know. They say the criminal flew off into the air and disappeared. Max, I can't believe I'm asking you this, but you didn't fly that night, did you? I know you didn't mean to ask me such a fabulously stupid question. I can't fly whenever I please. It's not that easy. But it looks so effortless for you on stage. It's not that simple. I'm not actually flying on stage. I use invisible wires and have them hoist me through the air. Wow! You just told me the secret to your magic. No! I broke the first rule, the cardinal rule, the only rule. I'm sorry, Max. We made you break a magician's creed, never to reveal the secrets of their tricks. Nick, what do we do now? All we can do now is hope we find the flying criminal in court tomorrow. Well, we will. Great idea. Let's do our best and catch this sucker. To be continued. Well, it's been an hour and 45 minutes, but I think we can do a little bit longer. Yes, I do want to save. December 29th, 3:03 p.m. Wright Law Office. Nick? What is it? I've got a confession to make. I'm terrible at figuring out magic tricks. Magic tricks? Yeah, magic tricks are by their very definition tricks, right? But I can never figure out the tricks when I see them. That's because the tricks are performed by pros. They do it so you can't guess the trick. But the trick Pearl showed me was incredible. Pearls did a magic trick? What kind of trick was it? Let's see, it looked like she pulled the end of her own thumb off. First she put her right thumb next to her left hand, and then it just separated. She could move it up and down and everything. It was incredible. Really? Was it kind of like this? What? How'd you do that, Nick? You're like a real magician. I know how to do that. Well, I sort of know how to do that. It's really dumb. You just hold your hand like this, and then well, I don't have flexible hands enough. But you go like this, and then you just hide half of your thumb, and then you move it like, yeah, it's really dumb. I just can't flex my fingers like that. See, this is why I just can't figure out magic. I'm no good at it. Especially hard tricks like flying away from the scene of a murder. He didn't fly. It was the monkey. He climbed the building. I remember now. The monkey stole the cape and climbed the building. You'll take all the fun out of magic if you keep trying to figure it out. Talk. No. Move. Yes. Circus entrance. You hear that? It sounds like two people arguing. Alright, let's do it. Are you ready? Yes? Wait. Quit your whining. Let's just give this a shot already. Alright, let's go. Row, row, row. Row, row. What are you doing? I'm not singing. Come on, you know that. I'm trying my best, but Trillo, this just isn't going to work. Do you enjoy saying dumb things? You're gonna have to be on your own someday. If you can't handle something as simple as this, what are you gonna do then? Hello, Ben. Hello to you too, Trillo. What are you doing here? Can't you see we're on a secret crash training course? I'm sorry. Secret crash training. Whoa. Yes, Trillo wouldn't give up until I said we'd try out his idea for a new routine. So, we were trying to sing in a round for our new ventriloquism act. In a round? You can really do that? That's incredible. See? Even they are surprised by the idea. I told you. They're not the only ones. You even surprised me with your idea. Once we've got a grip on the basics, then it's just a matter of practice. You think so? Oh, I almost forgot. I wanted to give this back to you. Ah, there it is. Now that I've got this ring back, it's time to take one more shot at Regina. I know that you already testified in court today. You want to talk about what we saw, right? Yes. Well, at first we thought it was the old man. Just looking at his walk and how he acted. Right, Ben? Huh? Oh yeah, that's right. But then we said hello and didn't even get a reply. Not to mention he was draped in those gaudy symbols. What would you have thought he would if he wasn't wearing those symbols? What do you think, Ben? What? Oh, I would have thought it was the ringmaster. Something just isn't adding up here. I wonder who they really saw. I was hoping I could ask you about Regina. I'm completely serious about her. That's why I'm waiting for her even now. Really? That's so sweet. But if you really wanted to see Regina, shouldn't you check out the tent? Huh. You haven't got a clue about things, do you, sweetheart? Waiting like this is part of being in love. How so? If you had a clue, you would know that waiting is such sweet, wonderful torture. When your body aches for your partner's love, that's one of the best parts. Yeah, I knew that. Poor Maya. She's so red, she looks like a vine-ripe tomato. So how is this new routine working out? Will you two just take a chill pill already? Our routines are secret. We're going to take the ventriloquism world by storm. It'll be a real revolution. That sounds incredible. But let me make one thing clear. We're not going to take on the world just because that jerk said we should. That jerk? Max Galactica. Performers should aim for the world. Who does he think he is? Trillo, you seem to really be fired up about all this. He needs to realize that he isn't the only one who can conquer the world stage. You're right. You're right. Mark my words. I, Trilloquist, will win the Grand Prix. You're the man now, doll. Row, row, row your boat will be the key to a glorious victory. Not to rain on your parade, but wouldn't a more mature song be best? Hey, you've got to start somewhere, right? Don't screw this up. You got to be part of this too. Okay. Is there anything else? Okay, the box. Do you know anything about the box? No, not the box either. The monkey. No? Not the monkey either. No? Okay, the autopsy report. No? There's gotta be something. No? No. 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 Okay, fine. Then we move, I guess. Hang on, I need to sneeze. Okay, I'm done. Sorry about that. Launching House Plaza. Oh, it's you two. You look like you just got hit by a truck. Shouldn't you get some rest? I'm taking a rest right now, pal. I've been listening to some crazy clown's life story. Miss Von Karma told me to come down here and do this for her. Yeah, I figured as much. Let me tell you something, pal. Listening to that old clown sucks all your energy. Every time he's done talking, he looks at you like you should be doing something. I think he's waiting for you to laugh at his jokes. I know that, pal. Do you have any idea how much your face hurts if you fake laughing that much? Francisca really set you up bad this time, didn't she? She asked me she should be listening to Mo herself. No way, pal. You're not gonna get me to backbite a woman with a whip. No way. That's a good man. Why are you defending her? Prosecutor Von Karma has always got her eyes on us. And every time you definitely don't want her to show up, poof, there she is. Don't show up, don't show up, don't show up, don't show up. Looks like she's wound him up pretty tight. She's directly above us as we speak. Huh? How's that possible? According to the clown, the culprit jumped from here and disappeared into the sky. If that's what happened, it means the killer passed right by this window, pal. Oh, I see. Who lives in that room, behind the window up there? The acrobat's got his room up on the third floor, it seems. Pretty soon, Miss Von Karma's going to start her investigation up there. So don't get any ideas of going up to the acrobat's room. Got it, pal? Would I ever? Francisca Von Karma. When she's done with her investigation, I think I'll go up there and check it out. Move. No, examine. The heater. Not super relevant. The safety light was on at the time of the murder, wasn't it? That's what they say. There were performers in the lodging house. It makes sense that it was on. But the killer was worried that someone would spot them during the crime. Nothing. Something's covered up by this tarp. An old sign, perhaps. Nick, look out! We've got the killer trapped behind that tarp. What? It wasn't funny? You know, it wouldn't have hurt you to look even a little bit surprised. Well, Gumshoe did that to you. I was here. She didn't notice I was too scared to talk. Oh, you guys are so dumb. The ringmaster's body was found here. I heard that the way he fell over made it look like he was carrying a wooden box. But what in the world really happened here? The box was already sitting there, I'm guessing. So he just accidentally landed on it. Move. Most room. Most not here. If he was here, you would have been able to tell even before you stepped into his room. I'm sure you would have heard him laughing away. Ha 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 ha. What do you think he's laughing at when he's all by himself? I always thought he was just thinking of new jokes. He must really love his job. Examine. That's the window. This is where Mo witnessed the crime. Well, this is where Mo witnessed some craziness. I mean, come on, a flying criminal? Jeez. If we had a normal judge, he'd never believe something like that. Carrots? Not relevant. Okay, we'll leave it. Entrance. Move. Big top. Huh? Where's Regina? Don't know. But if she's with that tiger, I don't want to find out. Let's hurry up and get out of here. Haha, Nick, you're kind of a chicken, aren't you? No. I'm just, allergic to wild cats. Ringmaster's room. Max and the ringmaster had their talk in this room. That could have been when the ringmaster put on Max's costume and went outside. Why'd he do that anyway? Was it really that cold or something? Examine. This was the table he used when visitors came to see him. Ew, there's mud caking on the table. Someone with terrible manners must have put their shoes up on the table. Nick, don't even think about providing a reenactment for me. I wasn't. How uncouth do you think I am, anyway? Trophies, blah 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 blah. There's no hint anymore. This is strange. Everything else looks nice, but this desk looks old and cheap. There's a really big photo on the desk. It's a picture of Regina and her father, the ringmaster. He really loved her, didn't he? Regina was lucky to have such a wonderful father. Where the ringmaster applied his makeup. Blah, 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 blah. Oh, right, the paper in the pocket. You may not know this, but they call this a tailcoat. And they call this the face of someone who already knew that. What? Scrap of white paper sticking out of the coat pocket. Can I have the paper? Give me the fucking paper. No? Posters, blah blah blah. I already went through those before. And we did that one before already. There's nothing here I'm missing other than the fucking note I can't grab. Fine. Let's move to the top. Move cafeteria. Right. Welcome to the wonderful, the fabulous, the cafeteria. Yikes, is in an awfully good mood. Alright, you know what time it is. Riddle time. Why does everyone cry when they eat Mexican pizza? Come on, you can answer this. It's easy. Because cafeteria Mexican pizza is probably a weapon of bowel destruction? Wrong. Try again. Okay, what do you think, girlie? I got it. Okay, what is your answer? Because they are in the cafeteria. Exactly. It's an incredibly sad place, that cafe. Yes. Ha 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 ha. I did it! What's going on? He's being too nice. Examine. Well, we have the bottle. Max's table. This is strange. There's nothing on the stand. Look, Max has written on it. It must be his VIP table. Isn't it a bit small to be a VIP table? You wouldn't be putting a 10-course meal on it. Well, you could still eat hamburgers, right? Kitchen. Oh yeah. I wrote a new joke about the kitchen. Let's see, how did that joke go? Let me guess. What did the chef say to the chicken before dinner? Knife to meet ya. It's gotta be something dumb like that. What did the chef say to the chicken before dinner? Knife to meet ya. That's a great one, Max. I never would have thought of that one. No, Mo. I called him Max. I mean Mo. I was in charge of cooking that day. It was gonna be a special menu. Really? What were you gonna cook? Momu burgers. What are those? A beefy burger filled with laughs and a sauce that tastes like my jokes. They're outstanding. So those burgers leave just as bad of a taste in your mouth as his... Yeah. So those burgers leave just as bad of a taste in your mouth as his jokes then. I don't know why I got caught up on that sentence. Oh. No. We did that one already. I accidentally clicked to do it again. Okay, fine. Does he have anything to say? Today has been a really crazy day, right? You're telling me? I didn't think it was going to be so tough. Tough? Yeah, it was a tough crowd. That's what you call a crowd that refuses to laugh. For instance, it was such a tough crowd this morning I had to smash watermelons. I told them all a great story and even greater jokes, but no one busted out laughing. You even used the famous no shoes, no shirt, no service joke. Exactly. How can you not laugh at stunning comedy like that? Are you 100% sure about your testimony today? I saw what I saw. I swear, that creep just flew through the air. It wasn't exactly flying per se, it was more like floating. The silhouette of his face made me positive it was Max. I don't see a cyclock. He must be telling the truth. Okay, percent monkey. No. Percent the pepper. No. Well, That's the same kind of salt and pepper shaker. Percent box? No? No. Entrance. Move. Plaza. Move. Entrance. Move. Detention center, maybe. Oh, my sweeties. You mind hurrying up and getting me out of this place? We're doing our best, Max. Just hang in there. A little while ago, some people from a local TV station came by. And since I'm a famed magician, they said, let's make you your very own TV special. Really? What kind of TV special? Maximilian Galactica, the Great Prison Escape. It would be aired live. Hey, that sounds like it would be an awesome special. But if I do the special before I'm acquitted, they'll never let me out of here for real. Well, it would surely be an unnecessary addition to your troubles with the law. That's what I was thinking, but the production staff is already working on the show. If you don't get me out quick, I'll have no choice but to stage a real prison break. You seem awfully calm about that possibility. I'd have no choice. It would be a contractual obligation. That's show business. Wait, you signed a contract for it? What? Oh, you're just so dumb. You deserve it. The night of the crime, you didn't happen to fly off into the sky, did you? Here's how everything went down, sweetie. At the time of the murder, I was sitting in the ringmaster's room. Not to mention, flying off into the sky isn't just something I can do at will. I don't care what the stoogie clown says. It wasn't me. Max, do you mind teaching me the trick behind flying? You'll have to forgive me, sweetie. The difference between me and a cheap imitation magician is that I keep my mouth shut. I don't teach people tricks, but I will say this much. It's much harder than you think. I was thinking about this in court today. I've got a favor to ask of you. Anything for you, sweetie. Be friends with the other performers in the circus. Fabulous! A great joke! Why would I be friends with a bunch of hacks like them? But I've won on the world stage. I won the International Grand Prix. International Grand Prix. Performers should always look to perform on the world stage. But the performers at this circus are completely and utterly devoid of ambition. That is something that I can simply not tolerate. Ambition, huh? Something about what Max just said rings true to my ears. Tell us about the Grand Prix. Oh my sweeties want to hear all about the Grand Prix, don't they? To be honest though, I've told this story like 100 times already, so it's a bit boring. We're sorry to make you tell it again. You must not have heard me. I'm really sick of telling this story. But what can you do? I'm Maximilian Galactica. I suppose I can tell it again. Voila! Here, take a look at this. I just happen to have a picture from the Grand Prix with me. Just look at that fabulous stage. That is the first stage that I ever flew on. I flew right over the audience. The crowd erupted into applause. At that time, I thought to myself, I could die right then and be a happy man. I'll never forget how I felt that night. The emotions, the acclaim. Wow. By the way, I think everyone who is a performer should get to experience that feeling. I just wish I could explain that to the other people in the circus. That's incredible, Max. I want a trophy too. Hey Nick, how about you buy me a trophy? That's not how you earn a trophy, Maya. My sweeties, you can have this picture of my triumph. Just make sure you show it to all the other members of the circus. Look and learn. That's what you should tell them. Learn how to get thrown into jail? Grand Prix photo added to the court record. Well, I guess we're gonna do literally what he just told us. Present. No? Talk. No? Move. Yes. Big top. Move. Cafeteria. Present. Ah, not this picture. He showed it to you guys too? Huh? You've seen it as well? Well, you know what they say about Maximilian Galactica. He really gets around. Ha 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 ha. Oh yeah. He didn't just show me the picture. What do you mean? He showed me his bust too. Let me tell you, that thing is enormous. I'm sorry, his what? It's in the picture, I think. He made us worship it every day. He made us bow to his greatness. That's how it was. It wasn't the monkey. It was the bust. He's got a big bust. I wouldn't mind hearing more about Max's bust. Not that I'm into that sort of thing. Oh, Phoenix. Max's bust should be on that small table over there. There's nothing over there. Really? Oh, yeah. What was it? I'd say about 5 days ago, all of a sudden, the bust disappeared. It disappeared? If you want to see it, there's a photo on the bulletin board over there. Max just had to put the picture up. Hey, this thing is really cool. Nick, I want someone to make a bust of me. Sure, as long as I'm not paying for it. Aww. Max G bust added to the court record. Is there anything else that's changed about this place? Nope, nothing's changed that I can see. I wonder if he's actually thinking about this or if he's setting up a bad job. Nope, I'm drawing a blank here. Quiet Mo is a good Mo in my book. I guess there really aren't any other things that have changed, huh? Well, there's this one teensy-tiny thing that does seem different. Tell us. Oh, oops. I didn't mean to press twice. I always do this. The controls are a little sluggish sometimes. Well, on the morning of the crime, over on that bulletin board, this piece of paper was posted front and center. Piece of paper? It's torn, so I don't know what it said, but I could see its title. Yikes! It says, "To the murderer." Murderer? Yep, that's what it says, but the rest of it has been ripped off. And I don't know who posted it. When did you find this? The morning before the murder. Before the murder? Yes, the ringmaster was killed the night after this paper was discovered. Who in the world posted this thing? Note added to the court record. Nick, I think we'd better follow up on this important lead. Court record. Yeah. Examine. No, the board is still the same. Move, big top. I didn't mean to examine. Move. Entrance. Percent. That. Would you mind taking a look at this? Oh, no, it's still B. Yeah, it doesn't know anything thing. This? No. Move. Lodging. Move. Lunchroom. Move. Lodging. Move. Entrance. Move. Detention center. Present. Yes. What about this? Fabulous. You'll like... Oh. Do you know anything about this note? The morning of the murder. It was posted on the wall in the cafeteria. I do know all about that note. When I read it, my heart certainly skipped a beat. Your heart skipped a beat? While I was enjoying my morning tea, the ringmaster and company entered the room. And company? I guess it wasn't really a company, it was just the ringmaster and my sweetie pie. When the ringmaster read the note, he turned an incredible bright red. All of a sudden, he tore it off the wall and shoved it into the pocket of his tailcoat. Aha! Now, finally. Really? Out of curiosity, what in the world was written on that thing? Let's see. Uh-huh. Oh, I don't want to steal the fun from my sweeties. Go and find out on your own. I'm sure you can find it somewhere. You might also want to ask my sweetie pie princess. Move. Circus. Move. Big top. Move. Ringmaster's room. Examine. Fucking jacket. Hey, do you see that? There's a scrap of paper shoved into the pocket of the tailcoat. Yeah, we've talked about it 5 times. You know, I've got a feeling I know what this is. I bet it's the other half of that note Mo gave us. Now let's hurry up and check this thing out, Nick. I knew it. It fits perfectly with the other piece. What does it say? What does it say? To the murderer. I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. Tonight at 10 p.m. That's when the murder took place. Now we need to find out who called out the ringmaster. Wait, hang on. Could I still? I could. The ringmaster's tailcoat. It's been expertly cleaned and pressed. It's got one perfect crease. The ringmaster must have liked things neat and tidy. This is kind of pointless, isn't it? There's no way this beats Mo's room. Now that's cool. All I can hear in my head right now is a ha 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 ha. Okay. Move, big top. Move. Entrance. Move. Lodging house. There we go. Hey, Detective Gumshoe. I'm sure you did a good job as usual. Well, I am done with the investigation of the acrobat, finally. But with Miss Von Karma... Nick, what is that? That beeping sound. It's Miss Von Karma. Huh? Every time I hear that sound, she's usually not very far behind. Some sort of pager or something? If you don't mind, pal, I'm gonna go ahead and get out of here. Quick. See ya, pal. I didn't know that Gumshoe could run that fast. So much for being a flatfoot. Never seen a grown man so afraid of a girl still in her teens. Well, let's go inside. It's freezing out here. The wind's as biting as... Ow! As biting as lashes from a whip. Uh-oh. Von Karma. She really did appear. It was a real battle today in court, wasn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Did you have to jump out and scare us like that? What can I do for you? Tomorrow will be the day. Tomorrow is the day my dream finally comes true. You mean the story of my defeat at your hands making the national news? Ha ha ha, national news. You possess such a small sense of scale. The global news, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Your miserable plight will be known internationally. I think she might be overestimating the importance of a win just by a smidge. Okay. Miss Von Karma, it appears you got your hands onto something big, huh? Ha, I'm amazed you picked up on that much. Anyone could. You couldn't hide that look of victory with 10 paper bags over your head. I've got conclusive evidence and a conclusive witness. Need any more hints? Conclusive witness. You must mean the acrobat, right? Putting it in the summons for him to be called as a witness as we speak. It's the final nail in your coffin, Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yeah, I get it already. You want to beat and destroy me. I can't worry about her. I've got to try and find out more information about myself, for myself. Why do you keep giving Nick the evil eye? It doesn't matter if you prove the defendant guilty tomorrow. Nothing will be able to bring your dad back. My dad? You must mean the esteemed Manfred von Karma. Of course, your dad. I know you miss him. Enough out of you. One more word and you'll get a mouthful of whip. Now, when did I ever bring up my papa's name in this or any other conversation? Then what's this revenge thing you're talking about? You wouldn't understand, Mr. Phoenix Wright. I have to see him again one more time. Him? I'm sure you know to whom I'm referring. Miles Edgeworth. What? Edgeworth? Mr. Edgeworth? Miles Edgeworth? What about him? Miles Edgeworth. Why would you even bring him up? You haven't forgotten, have you? Do you know who was the trained the gifted prosecutor, Miles Edgeworth? Manfred von Karma. Exactly right. It was my papa. That means that Edgeworth was right again. Miles was like a little brother to me. Little? He's older than you. Huh? Little brother. But Edgeworth and Nick are the same age. Edgeworth. Hi. The man who inspired me to become an attorney. I fought against him in a few cases. But a little after that case was over, he vanished. It's your fault he's gone. Huh? It's the truth, isn't it, Mr. Phoenix Wright? Nick, what did she mean? Edgeworth was never quite the same after that case. And then, with the case after that one, he never set foot into court again. And then one day, he just vanished. All he left was a simple note at the prosecutor's office. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death. That was 1 year ago. It was a few months after you left to go back home. Mr. Edgeworth? He's dead? I don't believe it. He's still alive. I'm sure of it. Somewhere in this world, he's still alive. Prosecutor Miles Edgeworth chooses death? Of course he did. You ruined his reputation as a prosecutor. You effectively killed the prosecutor in him. Just like your victory muttered the honorable name von Karma. I'm going to find him. And then, I'm going to teach him his rightful place with my own 2 hands. Well... Nick, about Mr. Edgeworth. Maya, I already told you this once. Don't make me do it again. Don't bring up his name in front of me again, okay? Nick? Miss von Karma? What? I don't know if you're God's gift to prosecutors or not. But I've had about enough of you. Him, too. What in the world happened? This dog is all bark and no bite. He's already been defeated. Regardless, I have nothing to inform you two of today. Tomorrow will be the greatest courtroom battle this country has ever seen. Nick? Let's go. We need to talk with the performer on the 3rd floor. I'm sorry I brought it up, Nick. Move. I meant to press move. Hi. December 29th, lodging room, 3rd floor, Acro's room. You must be Mr. Phoenix Wright. Yes? Pleased to meet you. I'm Ken Dingling. I feel like there's a pun there. But here at the circus, everyone just calls me Acro. Acro Dingling? Acro Ken? Ken Acro? Mr. Acro. How do you know my name? The detective told me. He said you'd definitely show up here. Acro, you're a member of the circus as well. That's right. I mainly perform it on the tightrope or the flying trapeze. Nowadays, all I perform in is my wheelchair. Examine. Haha, it's a monkey calendar. Acro must really love monkeys. This bed is incredibly well made. It's almost like a maid made it up. Even the laundry on top of the bed is folded perfectly. Nick, there's nothing unusual about that at all. It's how things are supposed to be. Can't a man respect another man for doing something said man cannot do? So Phoenix is bad at doing the laundry. He's got a barbell. Look around. Everything he's got is for upper body training. Wait a second. These are the same machines I see on TV all the time. Hey, Nick? What? I don't have this one. This barbell here is a new model. How are there new models of barbells? Don't overdo it, Maya. You don't want to end up a muscle woman. Excuse you? You don't need to tell her what she wants to be. Hey, the net's ripped. Money must be prone to breaking things. He's hardcore. The net looks fine to me. You really think that he plays basketball? I think so. Monkeys live life above the rim, you know. What? You're joking, right? You think the monkey has got proverbial game? Of course, that monkey doesn't fake the funk on a nasty dunk. Is that a Donkey Kong reference? I feel like that's a Donkey Kong reference. Or maybe... isn't there a monkey that has cereal in the US? I don't know. Well, a prehensile tail might be an unfair advantage. Ew, it's a huge pile of trash. One man's trash is another monkey's treasure. I guess you're right. Look, they're all shiny things. He's even got a motorcycle exhaust. What do they call this thing? Oh, a tuba, right? Of course it's a tuba, silly. You didn't know that? Hey, it's a picture of Regina. Well, she is a shining beauty. No objections here. Can people stop being pervy about the literal child? Money must use this to swing around on. Go ahead, Nick. I know you want to ride on it too. Maybe later. Footprints? No? Window? Yeah. You can see the big top from the window here. There's no snow on top of the big top. Kinda weird, don't you think? The inside of the tent is warm, so any snow that lands on top of it probably melts. I guess you're right. The snow probably just slides right off. Did I check this? No. That's not a thing. Fine. I guess we'll talk to him. Acro, why did you join the circus? When I was a kid, my parents failed miserably at business. Then one night they decided to run away from it all, without me. What? The only person who was willing to take my parents' place was the ringmaster. The ringmaster took such incredible care of me. He was truly a lifesaver. Seems like the ringmaster was truly a saint. He was. That's why I decided to do something very important. I decided that I would devote my entire life to finding a way to repay him. And now, look how someone repaid him for all the good in his life. It's such a shame. Sometimes I think that he was almost too kind. Perhaps he was too kind to his performers. Perhaps he was too kind to his daughter. I wonder if he spoiled Regina. Regina is so cute. She's truly a princess. Truly a princess. Are you sure that's a good thing? Do I detect a hint of a grudge against Regina? I'm sorry to ask, but why are you in a wheelchair? The nerves in my legs were badly damaged. And you can't walk now? I can't even stand now. And since I live on the 3rd floor, I can't even leave this building by myself. That's awful. accident happened during an acrobatic session, right? Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Cyclops? It doesn't seem like Acro's injuries were acrobatic in nature. What's on your mind, Mr. Wright? Well, exactly when were you injured? It's been almost 6 months since I was hurt. I injured my legs during practice. 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus then? I stopped by yesterday and noticed you weren't in your room. I was at the hospital all day yesterday. You went there for rehabilitation? What about the murder? Of course I knew about it. I spoke with the police before they allowed me to go to the hospital. Before I got the call from the prosecutor, I was convinced that it was all a dream. Huh? I just couldn't believe it when I saw what I saw. What you saw? Jeez, that sounded really ominous. What did you see, Acro? That night, I was in bed, sleeping, when I heard a huge sound coming from below my window. I see, the scene of the crime was right below your window. That's when I looked out the window. What did you see? He was flying straight up into the air. He? Maximilian Galactica. What? That's what I thought he'd say. You're absolutely positive that was Max you saw flying. I'm absolutely sure. There's no doubt in my mind. Nick. Present. Bust. Maximilian Galactica, right? You'll have to forgive me, but I try not to think about it. Acro won't even look at it. It looks like something is really weighing on him. What's this? That's what we want to know. It was posted in the cafeteria the morning before the murder. In the cafeteria? What happened? He suddenly looks incredibly serious. If it's got something to do with her, then you should go straight to the source. Her? Regina. Ask her about it. I would if I could find her. I don't think we have enough to break the locks. Oh, here she is. I got a bad feeling about this. Wonderful. Today's special must be filet of veal. Stay, heel. Hi. Oh, Maya, Nick, it's you guys. I'm sorry, I guess I made a mistake. Mistake? Yeah, a little one. I was thinking of teaching whatever primate was out there a lesson. I was expecting more of a monkey than a human. A monkey? It's a pity about what happened to the ringmaster. Dad? Everyone loved him, didn't they? He must have been quite a man. He was. I love my dad so much. I hate to say it, but she doesn't seem all that broken up about her father. That's why I feel so lonely. Now that I won't be able to see him for a while. For a while? Yeah. When Leon died, I talked with my dad, and he told me that when someone dies, they just become a star in the heavens. A star. That means that my dad is looking down on me from the sky. That's why I love the night so much. I can see everyone who's gone. When someone dies, they just become a star in the skies. That's kind of sweet. But I bet you there's no way that Maya believes that. Yes, all the sparkles. What do you mean there's no way I believe that? Do you think that one day I'll be a star too? Of course. You really think so? Yeah, you will, I think. I've got a feeling that everyone's doing great up there in the sky. I wonder if everything's alright with Regina. Just to go back and clear something up. Why'd you want to teach Money a lesson? Because he's a meanie. He's got something that means a lot to me. Something that means a lot to you? It must be something shiny, right? Actually, it's a stage costume. It's got lots of spangles. It's really beautiful. You should see it. You should? When the costume gets hit by the spotlight, it dazzles. Hey, Mr. Turney. Huh? If you saw that monkey, you'd get my costume back for me, wouldn't you? It's really important to me. Yes. Leave it all up to us. Guess there's no turning down that request. Yay, you're really gonna do it? Yes, but we also need to know about this. Regina, have you ever seen this before? I know what this is. Really? Well, it was in my pocket for a while. It was in your pocket? This piece of paper was in your pocket? I guess I noticed it was in there around breakfast time. Breakfast time? Yeah, I always take Acro's breakfast in the morning. That's when I also take out the trash in his room. Then I'd go to the cafeteria and eat my own breakfast. That's when you realized the piece of paper was in your pocket? Yep, but since I'm not a murderer, I just figured it belonged to in someone else's pocket. And then what? I wondered if the person who lost it was in trouble, so... You didn't put it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria, did you? I did! I stuck it up there. How'd you know? So it was Regina who put it up there. When did this happen? The morning of the murder, I think. That explains a lot. I wonder who wrote this. Note updated in the court record. So what does it say? To the murderer. You haven't forgotten what happened 6 months ago, have you? I have conclusive evidence of what took place. Meet me at 10 p.m. tonight at the Lodging House Plaza. So someone, something, with Acro. There's no denying it. Max is cool. I want to try flying sometime with Max. She's already flown off into her own little world. Nick, I want to try flying too. Okay, I think about it. Okay, the salt shaker? That's Pepper, isn't it? From the cafeteria. Huh? It's from the cafeteria? It's not? I remember seeing it there. So this was the cafeteria's Pepper. You know, I'm not a big fan of Pepper. The same thing. Okay, oops. The box? No? The monkey. He just loves to cause nothing but trouble, that cute little monkey. But don't you think using a tiger to scare him is a bit much? Huh? Why's that? You really have to ask that? It's dangerous to use a tiger for that kind of thing. It's not dangerous at all. Regent's just a little kitten. I've seen plenty of kittens, and that's no kitten. This. No? Max's hat. No? Same thing. No. Move. Cafeteria. Mo's gone. Something smells fantastic. So we know it can't be Mo. Wait, I know what it is. It's burgers. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Bistro de Cirque, aka the cafeteria. It smells so good in here, and those burgers look great. She's drooling like she's some sort of crazed burger monster. She is a crazed burger monster. My burgers are the best. Juicy meat, toasted buns, special sauce. They are absolutely irresistible to anyone with a hankering for a burger. Burger, 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 burger. I want a burger. I've wanted a burger for weeks. No one asked me out to go for a burger. Yes, I do too. One bite will send you into hamburger heaven. I bet. I can tell by the smell. Whoa, I'm getting hungry too. Those burgers must have some kind of special power. Examine. You can't examine the salt shakers. Fine. Ask him about the salt shaker or pepper shaker. No, still no. Let's see, to the murderer. That's far from polite. Where did you find the rest of this note anyway? Maybe it'd be best if I didn't tell Mo where we found it. Don't worry about it, Mo. If I didn't need to worry about it, you shouldn't have shown it to me. So, tell us about Acro. He's always been a very private guy. When he came here, he was only about 10 years old. He had just started the very big circus around the time that Russell took him in. These are really hard memories to bring up. Acro was so happy to have joined the circus. He was especially grateful to the ringmaster, and I'm sure he's grateful to you too. Huh? He's grateful to me too? Aww, you guys are exaggerated. He's fidgeting around so much you can tell that he's embarrassed. Now that the ringmaster is gone, what are you gonna do? That's all I've thought about these past 2 days. Everyone loved Russell. You've heard Acro's story too, haven't you? Like he was adopted when he was younger? He's calmed down a bit now, but he was livid when he heard about the murder. Acro was so upset that he said he couldn't go on. He was that upset? Yeah, he was. Anyways, I gave it some thought. Maybe I should give up on trying to be a half-baked clown. I've been thinking of trying on the ringmaster's shoes. What? Really? Max would still be an issue, though. Max? He may be a bit mean and hard to work with, but it's hard to argue his importance. He's probably the reason the circus is still around. Mo, all that's left is to see if everyone can get over the tragedy. You know, the tragedy? You know, what is he talking about? Get over what tragedy, Mo? Huh? Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Nothing at all. You must mean the tragic death of the ringmaster, right? Yes, that's it. You're right, girlie. Dang. Correctamundo. Doesn't he mean ding? No, I mean no disrespect here, but are you lying to us? No, not at all. What makes you think that? Just the way you said, if everyone can get over the tragedy seemed a bit strange. Sounded like you were talking about something from a long time ago. Mo, I'm right, aren't I? Aha. So now we're getting closer to the truth. It was about 6 months ago. It was just a little accident. Give me a break. Us old men have accidents. I wear big pants for a reason. Ew. 6 months ago, eh? So this.
Take that!
Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on at the circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat some instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't happen to be the cause of that accident, would it? The bust? Pepper? The box? Money? The hats? Oh yes, absolutely. It's a good thing it's the third case of the game. Sorry. Maybe Maybe we need to talk to Acro first. And also, why the fuck haven't anyone moved him down to the first floor? Why is he still on the third floor? Let's get back to that later. I'm gonna ask her about him. Oh, it's Acro. Is he in his room today? Yes, he is. We just came back from meeting with him. I hope his legs get better soon. Acro is so incredible, especially on the trapeze. The trapeze is that enormous swing hanging from the top of the tent, right? Yep, that's it. I really want to see him up there again. Acro the acrobat. That's strange. Acro doesn't seem to have very many nice things to say about Regina. Regina seems to like Acro just fine. Okay, move. Entrance. Ask about Acro. No. Move. Max isn't there. Oh. Entrance. Move. Lodging. Move. Acro. Present this. Okay. About the wheelchair. I have to ask you, how are you injured? I'm sorry, I thought we talked about this. It was an accident that happened during practice. An accident during practice. Yes, unfortunately, acrobats are prone to all sorts of injuries. He's lying. If that were the real cause, he had no reason to keep it secret. Acro, are you really telling me that a practice accident was the cause of your injury? Alright, Acro, just tell me the truth. Do you mind if I ask you a question first? What do you want to know? Do you really think I could get an injury like this from something like that? Okay, fine. I think it was the tiger. I think it was Regina. But we don't have a thing for the tiger. Okay, I should save. So her sparkly uniform isn't there. Move. Mushroom. I hear something. Stop, Nick, you're scaring me. Ah! Nick, it's money! That monkey's holding something. That's it, that's the thing that means a lot to Regina, remember? Alright, time to take on this monkey, attorney style. I tried to have a talk to him, monkey to man. I really did. Nick, you... I swiped it when money was distracted. Wow, you're really on the ball today, Nick. Let me see it. Oh, let me see it. Huh? You can see it just fine from where you are. You know what I mean. I really want to try on Regina's costume. Maybe then they'll take you in at the circus and I can get some peace and quiet. What's the matter now? It doesn't fit me at all. Oh well, I guess it's time for you to lay off the burgers. Not to mention it doesn't look like something any girl I know would actually wear. Stage costume added to the court record. I think I know what we're doing now. This is what caused the accident. I think. Alright, Akra, just tell me the truth. Oh no, this is still the I fucked up thing. Never mind. Well, I have a save, so I can always go and return it, even if it's the wrong thing to do. They wouldn't let me return it if it was important to the case, would they? Here you go, Regina. Yay, thank you. You really got it back for me. Don't mention it. I love you, Mr. Attorney. It's nothing. No wonder guys melt in mush in front of this girl. Hey, Regina. That costume is yours, right? I tried it on, but it didn't fit me. Huh? This costume? This isn't mine. It was Leon's. Leon's? You know, the lion she told us about. Oh, the one that someone killed. Ah. Ha. Now it's starting to make sense. Tell me more about Leon. Leon, he was killed, wasn't he? That's right, my dad killed him. Why? Well, Leon did something really bad during practice. During practice? Leon was sitting down, and then he opened his mouth. You know, Usually when he did that, I would put my head in his mouth. Wait, you put your head in a lion's mouth? I sure did. People in the crowd always loved seeing me do that. They'd always start screaming. You sure they were screaming because they loved seeing me do that? Anyways, what was the bad thing? Oh yeah, Leon bit someone during that practice. Regina. Everything was alright though, right? No, it wasn't alright. That was the problem. My dad was incredibly angry. And that's when Leon... Yeah, that's when he became a star in the sky. Poor thing. Leon added to the court record. That's what I was gonna do. Entrance. Move. Plaza. Move. Acro. Present this. Leon? 6 months ago, you were attacked by the lion. That's when you were injured. I know I'm on the right track. I just need to keep going. You're saying that I was attacked by a lion. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. Okay, maybe attacked is not the best word to be using. Let me phrase that as battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. So how about it, Acro? Oh, no. That's not right. Oh, wait. Yeah, no. Okay, well, let's go talk to Mo. I am really flailing here, I know. Is Mo in his room? No, no one's in Mo's room. Lodging house. Move. Entrance. Move. Big top. Move. No. Move. Big top. Move. Cafeteria is where I wanted to go. I just saw the C. Present this. Get over it. Mo, please tell us what happened 6 months ago. What in the world went on in this circus? Okay, there's no need to look so scary when you ask me. Hey, look over there, some juicy burgers. Let's eat instead. Unfortunately, I'm more of a grilled chicken sandwich man myself. Actually, I've kind of got an idea of what happened back then. Mo, you said something about an accident. This wouldn't have happened to be the cause of that accident, would it? Oh no, Lion is here, yes. I heard a little bit about it from Regina. Leon made a mistake during a practice, right? How did you... I told them so many times, you shouldn't be doing such dangerous acts. Like putting her head inside Leon's mouth, right? Yeah, but Regina believed in Leon. She believed so strongly that the ringmaster went along. He never could say no to her. Out of curiosity, who was bitten? Come on, Mo, don't climb up on me now. Who did Leon bite on the head? Well, I promised I wouldn't say anything. You promised? He's involved in this too. He's involved, huh? Mo must be talking about... Mo? Is this the person that you promised you wouldn't say anything? So it must be Acro, right? Must be an Acro, right? How'd you know? Don't worry about that, Mo. Getting to the bottom of this accident may help solve what happened to the ringmaster. No way. I need to know the truth about what happened to Russell. Please tell me what you know. I'm sorry, Acro. Oh, I needed that health. It's just like you said, you know, the accident. Did someone die? No, but it would have probably been better if he had. What? How would that be better? He's still alive. But when he got bit, he suffered massive brain damage. He'll never recover from the coma that he's in. Coma? All he does now is lie in his bed at the hospital. And that's all he's ever going to be able to do. I see. How is he related to Acro? He's his brother. Huh? The person who got bit was Acro's brother. Brother? They were an acrobat team of brothers. Acro and Bath. Of course. Yes. Acro and Bath. Cute nicknames, I thought. Anyway, they were an incredible team. Cut down together in their prime. Who is Acro's younger brother? Sean Dingling, but everyone always called him Bath. He fell in love with Regina. Trying to win her love was his down... Oh, for the love of God. Everyone seems to fall in love with Regina. 6 months ago, while we were practicing, all of a sudden Bath blurts out, "Let me perform with Leon." Why'd he do that? I don't know, but that's what caused the accident. Funny. I'll never forget that moment. It was so strange. Leon had the weirdest look on his face. He was Smiling. He? You mean Leon? Yes, Leon. When he bit down, he was smiling. This is really grisly. Some sick grin. No way. That's impossible. A smirking lion. A flying murderer. Why does it seem that it's always Mo who catches all of these incredible events? Nick, can lions smile? We never told the police about the incident. The circus would have been shut down if we had. The next day, the ringmaster took Leon out and shot him with a rifle. So that's what really happened. Well, you guys were so serious. What was I supposed to do? I had to tell you. But all of this truthfulness has put me in the mood for a burger. Here, you two have some pepper. Shucka, 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 shucka. There he goes again, acting like his normal crazy self. Achoo! Achoo! Nice, what a wonderful sneeze. Huh? You think so? You sneeze with pepper and slip on a banana peel. That's basic clownsmanship. Girlie, I know you gotta understand that. Nick, I think I'd make a good clown. Other than Regina, I've never seen a cuter sneeze. Haha, does Regina sneeze with pepper too? She does. Bat would always tease her with pepper. Bats? From my point of view, those two always look so perfect together. They look perfect together, huh? 22. What is with... And that's why they had the pepper in the box. Or maybe... Let's... No. You wouldn't know it, but I was responsible for naming all the animals at the circus. You named Bunny the monkey and Regina's tiger. Guilty as charged. But Leon got his name from the ringmaster. Really? He always said keep names simple and easy to associate. Nick's name's easy to associate, right, Wrights? I always told Russell, if that's what you think, then call him Lion the Lion. It's a great name, don't you think? Imagine if he could talk. I'm Lion. Ha 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 ha. Lion? But that's when Russell said, don't lie to yourself. That name is awful. Wait, is there anything else I should be presenting? No, still nothing on the box. Okay, move, big top. What do you think about this person? Sorry. Sorry? I've already given my heart to another man, so I'm not interested in rolling in your dating service. Okay, fine. We're not doing that then, I guess. Entrance is where I'm going. Move, plaza, move, acro. Ah, Mr. Wright, back again, I see. Well, he did say I'll be back. Wait, or was that someone else? It was Arnold Schwarzenegger. We're back because Acro's hiding why his legs were injured. Yes. He was hurt in the accident 6 months ago. It would seem that he knows that we know. Well, it seems you got things you want to talk about, so fire away. Yes. Present that. And now... Blah, blah, blah. About the wheelchair. Blah, blah, blah. You were injured... because of the line. You're saying I was attacked by a lion. That's what I'm saying. I'm sorry, Mr. Wright, but I'm an acrobat. I'm no animal tamer. If a lion was coming at me, I'd be running for the exit. A Okay, maybe attacked isn't the best word to be using. So let me rephrase that. Battled the lion. You seem to enjoy telling jokes. Why would I decide to battle a lion? Because you had to fight it. You had to fight it to save someone. Your baby brother. Bats. It was a shame what happened to your brother 6 months ago. You tried to save him, didn't you? And that's how you got that terrible injury. Mo, he must have told you. Yeah, we learned about that from Mo. But he didn't mention anything about you in regards to the accident. I suppose it was just a slip of the tongue on his part. That's how I figured it out. A slip of the tongue? Anyways, they were an incredible team, cut down together in their prime. Cut down together. That's where he slipped, and that's how I figured it out. You two ended up at the center of the same accident, together, like always. I see. But an accident is an accident. It wasn't anyone's fault. I still haven't broken Acro's last cyclops. This must be one incredibly deep secret. It wasn't anyone's fault. Do you care to explain more? Acro, I know you are still hiding something from me. Maybe someone you don't seem to like much is the reason you're being evasive. And now, Regina. Regina, you always seem calm and collected until you start talking about her. You say you always seem calm. You met him for 3 minutes. Saying things like she's cruel. Well done, Mr. Attorney. You've got quite the set of eagle eyes. You know, her tiger tried to attack me. Regent tried to attack you? Twice. Ha ha ha! He wasn't serious, I'm sure. You're not trying to insinuate that I believe she spurred on Leon to attack Bat, are you? Leon was never taught a command to attack people. Regina isn't capable of doing something like that. Besides, Regina had no reason to want to hurt my little brother. Regina and Bat were such good friends back then. But you still hate Regina. I've got proof of it. What? What are you talking about? Maybe I overdid it again. If I can hand something over to Acro, maybe I'll... Here's proof that you had it out for Regina all along. This. Where'd you get it? Regina posted it on the bulletin board in the cafeteria. Before that, it was in her pockets. I guess I noticed it when I was in there around breakfast time. I always take Ackler's breakfast in the morning. You wrote this, and then you put it in her pockets. That's right, isn't it? That's right. Well done, Mr. Wright. There we go. And now we're back to full health. My legs were injured by Leon 6 months ago. My younger brother Bat had a dare with Regina. A dare? An absurd dare. If I can put my head inside of Leon's mouth like you do, you have to go to the movies with me on a date. That's insane. Didn't he know how dangerous that is? We all thought he was being stupid too. But that lion was very old to begin with, and age brought with it countless experience in doing that very trick. Unfortunately, this particular time, I guess Leon wasn't ready or willing. And that's when the accident happened. He just wanted to take her out to the movies. Poor Bat. When Leon chomped down, I jumped towards him. Then Leon attacked me, and that's how I ended up. What about Bat? He's still in a coma. I went to the hospital yesterday to visit him. I see. I'm still waiting for him to open his eyes again. And that's the reason why I keep going. Bat and Regina. They were such great friends. Oh yeah, I wanted you to take a look at this. What is it? This is the scarf my brother was wearing when Leon attacked him. Gross, it's covered in blood. This scarf was a present from Regina to my brother on the day of the accident. When he did it, he looked like he was smiling. He? Leon, obviously. Oh. When he bit down on Bat's head, expression on Leon's face looked like a grin. Nick, I know, most said the same thing. What do you think it all means? I'll be taking that scarf if you don't mind. Miss Von Karma? I've already heard everything, so hand over the scarf. But the scarf is evidence in the trial. That is for me to decide. I think we should begin our preparations now, Acro. Preparations? I've served a summons to Acro to appear in court tomorrow as a witness. Acro will talk more at the prosecutor's office. Acro, a witness? Come, Acro, let's go to the office. Yes, ma'am. Now what do we do, Nick? How are we going to handle tomorrow? Don't worry about it. I'll figure something out. Look at you, all full of confidence. You must have found something you can use. This is all beginning to come together now. It is. But we're not going to find out today. We're going to find out next week. No, wait. Yeah. We can see the beginning of it, just a little bit. Good morning, Max. Oh, yeah. Good morning, sweeties. You don't seem like your usual sparkling self today. I'm always like this before I go in front of an audience. I'm working up to it. Don't get nervous, Maxie. Here, have a glass of milk. Regina! How fabulous! My sweetie pie princess. You came to watch my performance today. Of course I did. Mo told me that I should come and watch this. Mo said that? So what kind of performance will we put on today? Let me guess, you'll fly at the end? It's not that kind of show. Isn't that right, my sweeties? Huh? I think my sweetie pie princess doesn't... Yeah, she doesn't seem to realize what's going on. Or even where she is. Well, Max, it looks like it's time to raise the curtain. I'll see you later. Today I'm just a member of the audience. Fabulous. Enjoy yourself out there. Good luck, Max. You're the best. Regina's different, don't you think, Nick? Top of the morning to ya. Everybody, let's get ready to get stuck in legal limbo. How low can you go? Mo. Top of the morning to you, Governor. Top of the morning. That's the ticket. Attack in the day starts with energy in the morning. The early bird gets the worm, but then again, worms lack higher brain function. Ha 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 ha. Here, Max, I brought you a present. Have some milk. Oh my, thanks. So how are you today, Wright? Well, I've got the feeling that today I'm going to face off against the real culprit. You mean Acro? Huh? You think he did it? Be careful. He's used to putting his life on the line. Literally. He's got guts to spare. If all I've got to worry about is how thin the tightrope is, I'm used to it already. Just means that I won't be able to press him like I can other witnesses. What are you gonna do then, Nick? I guess today we'll just have to do without our usual psychological warfare. Today we'll rely on evidence. It's the only way we'll get past Acro and to the truth. You're right, but it's gonna be tough. Anyways, I want you to make sure Regina sees it all today. It's important. Then she'll finally have to deal with the reality of what happened to her father. You want us to make sure Regina watches. Yes, that's why I brought her here to court today. What's that supposed to mean? She needs to know that when people die, they don't just become stars. I may be an old-fashioned clown, but I don't believe in people becoming stars. And on that note, we are done for today. Just as soon as I can get to the menu screen. There we go. There we go. Title screen. Yes. We'll repeat that all next week, so don't worry. But thank you for hanging out. Friday will be I'm still not decided what Friday will be, or what Monday will be for that matter, but there will be a stream. It's still Swedish 7 p.m. and Sweden still hasn't changed your clock, so if you're not watching this from Europe, it's an hour less than normal Swedish 7 o'clock would be. Thank you for hanging out. Have a good one, and I hope to see you Friday. Bye.